intro.
Checkups and prescriptions anymore. It's about what matters to you. It's about what matters. The VA isn't just about checkups and prescriptions anymore. It's about what matters to you. Whole health is a revolutionary approach putting veterans in control of their care, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Check out The Other Side of the VA on Hidden Valor with your favorite veteran hosts, Captain Colonel Roundtree and 03 Sergeant Stoutamaire, airing every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and start your wellness journey today. The names are fake, but the information is real. It's the Hidden Valor Show.
That's real. All right, so check it out. We about to get this thing started, and let me clear everybody off the stage. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so happy Monday. Well, no, Thursday. I'm thinking I'm on the Bitcoin and Mo show. Shouts out to Crypto Tony out there. But yeah, so happy Thursday. We in the building. This is the Bitcoin and Mo show, right out of here, live out of Tampa, Florida. And I am Captain Colonel Roundtree. And yeah, so don't worry about the names, people, but the information is real. All right, let me give a shout out real quick to Mr. 03 Sergeant Stoutamaire, out there holding it down in the veterans space. And he'll be on these shows popping in and out. You know, we working and trying to get things formatted correctly and all that. It's coming, people. It's coming. We fighting our own battles. You know what I'm saying? And so it's going down. So my update is about the office. When I told you last week when we was talking about the office of the governor and writing letters to the office of the governor. So I sent the letter, I think it was July 1st, a little early in July. And I got my response back. Okay, so I got my my letter back, and you know, I let me just give a shout out to the governor's office, Governor Ron DeSantis' office. All right, people, when y'all writing to these offices, you're not writing to, you know what I'm saying, Ron DeSantis. It's very rarely that the governor himself would sit up there and, I mean, it's got to be something serious. And if it reaches the governor's attention that he has to sit there and read your letter, that's actually major. But again, you know, that's why there's an office, and the office has representatives that are of equal caliber to the governor to be able to make that, you know, decision if they can or cannot help. So in this instance, let me get a little background music going on. Y'all know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad. Hold on, people. Y'all ain't telling me y'all ain't telling me y'all looking all in my business. Y'all looking all in the business. Y'all all in the business. Hold on. Let me see what I can do here. El Segundo, people. Hidden Valor Show. Where the Hidden Valor Show at? Don't I got one for Hidden Valor? Blue. All right, let's get that adjusted real quick. All right, there we go. Looking more appropriate with the shout. All right. So here we go. All right, let me see. Do I need to mirror it? No, because y'all can see it straight. Okay, cool. I already got it set correctly. All right, and so get my music started real quick, and then I get on my soapbox. All right, so wrote to the governor's office, and another shout out, you know, Governor DeSantis. He's also a veteran and U.S. Navyman. You know, shouts out to that. Didn't know it, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it what it is. I ain't gonna go there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the office, they responded, you know what I'm saying? And that's big in itself, just to get a response, people. Because dealing with this VA system and getting responses is yeah, it can be challenging, you know what I'm saying? Or it can take a good little while for you to get a proper response. And sometimes you be done killed over trying to wait for a response. But the letter says, thank you, Mr. Roundtree. They didn't call me Captain Colonel Roundtree. I don't know why they ain't addressed me like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who I is, who I bees, veterans up in here. But thank you for contacting Governor Ron DeSantis as a veteran of the U.S. Navy. Governor DeSantis appreciates the invaluable services and sacrifices made by military like yourself. This is the only assistance they offer. You may wish to contact the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs. If you want to contact the department directly, please use the information provided below. More information about veterans benefits and services is for everybody out there. We encourage you to visit the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs online at floridavets.org. All right. And I'll probably pull that up for you real quick, so everybody can be in the know. Whoa. Sorry about that. People are over here streaming on another app too. So, Florida. The music is loud. Dance pop. Let me turn down. Feed the ducks or something. Space. All right, so let me share my screen real quiz-like. And I take some stuff out of the studio. Out of the studio. The studio. Share my screen real quick for y'all. All right, so here we are at FDVA, the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs. All right, so we'll leave this up so we can talk about the information over her. And that's where you can go look at benefits and stuff like that. We're going to check it out in just a second. And it says, for further assistance, you may wish to contact the United States Department of Veterans Affairs using the contact information below. And this for anybody out there. It's the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, 810 Vermont Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C., 20420. See, I be wanting people to write out the whole damn thing. District of Columbia. I don't know. People need, because when y'all keep seeing that, you will wonder why. What the hell are we still dealing with some District of Columbia for? All right, but anyway, yeah. You call toll free, which I did, at 1-800-827-1000. Again, that's 1-800-827-1000. U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Thank you for contacting Governor Ron DeSantis. Sincerely, Mrs. Mari Mitchell, Office of Citizen Services, Executive Office of the Governor. And a copy went to, a copy of this went to Florida Department of Veterans Affairs, 2601 South Blairstone Road, Suite C300, in Tallahassee, Florida, 32399. Okay, so I might need to call them too. Hey, y'all got a copy from the governor, you know what I'm saying, about my claim. And but it is what it is. So that's just, listen, people. I was just talking to another friend of mine, another vet. Shouts out to Zulu Style Movement, Reverend Ike, Mama's Boy, production out there. And Zulu Style Movement Incorporated, Dream Makers Foundation, all that. But yeah, so we was talking, and I told him, what I had done, and I just basically said, though, because we were going back and forth with how people are proceeding through the claim process, and how people swiftly get they claims processed, how some people don't get it processed, and like I say though, everything with the military is chain of command. We was taught that in basic training. The chain of command, always follow the chain of command. So when you get into a problem, you don't go to the brigade commander, you know what I'm saying, with your problem. You got to go to the platoon sergeant, you know what I'm saying, and follow up the chain, you know what I'm saying. And but that's what I did. So in 16 years, I followed the chain of command properly. And when I listen to other veteran stories, what I've done to the letter and to the T in these 16 years, first of all, a lot of veterans don't even know about the program. You know what I'm saying? That's even available. So if I would have took the PEAK program 16 years ago, if I would have participated in the PEAK program, I probably wouldn't be doing this show right now. If I would have known about the CRP program, I probably wouldn't be on this show right now, because those two programs are pain management programs that specifically are supposed to aid the veteran, as well as help with your disability claims, because they provide current documented information. And that's what every time you're going to go and file these claims, they're going to ask for current means 6 months out. So anything you finna go and try to file, it needs to be 6 months out. It needs to be current. Like, it just, you know what I'm saying? That's what this institution is set up to function with. 6 months, that's your window. If it's over that, you're stretching it. If it's a year, probably not. And so I followed all of that. So in the past 16 years, I spent the first 4 years, filing on my own, doing the filings on my own, denied. 2008, went to the MEPS, military, something, I don't know. I just, that's what the VA sent me to. So I went through the MEPS and had their legal representative file all of these claims, try to find issues or whatever. And a whole year later, maybe two, that was, time wasted, and everything still resulted in denials. And then after that, I went at the bequest of the MEPS to go through, the VA's lawyer service, and I sought out a lawyer, wasted a whole year with this lawyer having me sign all of this for PACT Act, this act, that act, saying, oh yeah, we might have something here, we might have something there. I mean, we ain't got nothing. A year later, we ain't got nothing. Nothing. I mean, nothing. They got no nothing. Like, nothing. I'm just imagining all this stuff then. Okay. I'm just imagining my neck hurting every single day, including now. I'm just imagining my back hurting every single day, locking up on me, you know what I'm saying, in the grocery store and in odd places. Can't do certain things, you know what I'm saying, because of my back hurting. Can't do certain things because of my neck. Can't do certain things because of my wrist. Can't do certain things because of my ankles. But I can't do nothing with my damn ears, because I got nerve damage in both ears. Shouts out to Dr. Farrell, and I'm cover that in a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but a little spoiler alert on that. And so I mean, to jump through all of these hoops and all of these people that sit up here talking about they so-called got the veterans' best interest at heart, and play the kick the can down the road game so hard that the aluminum just disintegrates. I mean, they done kicked it. I know you can disintegrate aluminum, but they done kicked the can so hard it done disintegrated. And so then we go from the lawyer, running with them for a whole year, denied. And then finally, at the bequest of 7 different veterans, shouts out to Amazing Judge Dredd, uh, DJ Shmoo, uh, Miss Lois, uh, even Chef J, Amazing Judge Dredd. Man, it was a couple of, I mean, like a couple of loud, like at least 7 different veterans told me to go through over to St. Pete, to DAV, to Bay Pines Hospital, and use the DAV over there, the Disabled American Veterans Office. And so I did that. You know, that was my 4th loophole in 16 years, 4th jump. All right, go through them. And now this has been a couple months ago. This probably been about 4 months ago now. You know, after I completed the peak program, the whole 4-month pain management program with 16 doctors documented me with all my injuries, all my ailments and everything for all of these months, documented it to the T. I got current diagnosis. They go and file. I'm denied for everything. But wait a minute, that's the kicker. Okay, so I receive a hearing aid. Okay, so boom, I get set up to go and do the hearing aid test. Lady go and clean my ears out. It was a disgusting scene. Clean my ears out, go in and look. She tell me, look like you need surgery. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and give you a hearing aid. All right, boom. Now, I'm a spoiler alert because I've already been looking at these YouTube videos. Let me show y'all something real quick, man. Let's people. Yeah, this, and I'm gonna just give him a shameless plug because this guy right here is giving out serious good information for VA claims, and it was 2 guys I actually watched and got the information from. But let me see if I can just pull up. I think that might be him, the VA Claims Academy. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so VA Claims Academy. All right, let me show you this guy real quick. Let me switch over, share this tab. Okay, so now this is on YouTube. All right, this guy right here puts out some very great information. Some tips that you need to just listen. As you listen to him, he telling you hidden stuff that applies directly to you, how to use it, and all of that. It can be information overload, but it applies because he's telling you your ratings, all of that, the rating block breakdowns and all of that. One of these videos was covering CMP exams. He's the one that already told me that when they issue you a hearing aid, and I have to find it, they are going to give you a 0%. He already said it. If they issue you a hearing aid, they're going to automatically give you a 0%. Now, I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, but yeah. Let me see what that video was at. Cause that was crazy. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He got all kind of, look at that, flat feet. You know what I'm saying? And we all had that. He got a bunch of different videos. Secondary claims. I got to watch this one. What you need to know for secondary claims. Insomnia. So, I got to go back through these and do my own little studying before I make my supplemental claims. But okay. So anyway, where's the VA? There was a lot of people on here. This guy right here too. I loved him too. I watched his video and he put me up on some good game. You know what I'm saying? Going into the CMP exam and how they pull the little tricks with you and try to make you do things that you should not be doing if you have those type of ailments that we all are going in there and we do have. But they play all the tricks, tell you to reach down and grab stuff, elbows, and put yourself in vicarious positions that you shouldn't be doing. That's a heads up. It's gonna happen. But he did. So what he told me was, he said, this guy up here, he said, when you get your hearing, if you get a government issue hearing aid, they are going to deny you for hearing loss. And I'm like, well, damn, if you give me a hearing aid, then that obviously means my hearing is lost. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I say, no, I'll go with the hearing aid though. I'll ride with the hearing aid, anyway, because I needed it. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm talking about showing up. They sent me the hearing aid, got my hearing aid. Big old nice carrying case and all of this kind of stuff. This the box for it, and got the big nice carrying case, and this is my hearing aid. This is my actual hearing aid. So this little device here is a hearing aid. This is the new 2025 version of a hearing aid equipped with Bluetooth. So I can Bluetooth it and actually talk through it, you know what I'm saying, through on the laptop and all that kind of stuff. I just don't want that type of intrusion in my ear, and I don't want to be able to have people, vicarious phone calls just ringing in my ear that I'm really walking around like a cyborg, which I already am. But it is what it is, because these hearing aids, I can hear your conversation. I can hear people talking across the lake. And I can almost pick up their conversation like clearly. If you standing downstairs, my neighbors next door to me, I can hear all their conversations if I put my hearing aid in. Just sitting in my house and having my back door open. And if they sitting on the back porches and stuff like that, I pick all that conversation up. People downstairs be fishing, hear all kind of conversations. But how do I got hearing loss? It's crazy. Because when I take the hearing aid off, I have hearing loss. I can't hear nothing. So that's why I needed the assistance of the hearing aid. Denied. Denied. Strangely, they go and they give me tinnitus. They approve my tinnitus claim. And miraculously, there are a whole bunch of people that got tinnitus claims, which I already said in our past episodes. They're only doing that as a pacifier effect, because the veterans be fighting so hard, and now you give them just a little, kick in the bucket. Well, we'll pay your light bill every month. That's what it equates to. $175 a month is 10%. All right. And so that's what we get every month. And now again, that pays for my car insurance. I appreciate you paying for the car insurance every month. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of the rest of the lights and everything like I'm still doing. But it is what it is. So my main thing is you have to follow the chain of command when you're going through this whole process. Okay. Going through the whole process, you have to follow the chain of command. You can't give up. You can't just start and then be like, oh man, they gonna keep denying you. People ask anybody on regular disability, civilians, and how much turmoil and stuff that they go through just trying to go through the disability process is no different. We're dealing with civilians as well as ex-veterans, other veterans. That are tied up, you know what I'm saying, with civilians. So it's just a weird dynamic that's going on behind the scenes. And for 16 years, it's kind of embarrassing for me. Like people, I've taken so many different hearing tests. I've had so many people look in my ears and all of that. And I know that they wanted me to have a CT scan in the military, and they never did it. It's all in my records. You know what I'm saying? And if they would have did the CT scan in the military, this would have already backed up, you know what I'm saying, my current diagnosis. Real quick, let me tell you what happened with that. Then we'll go explore some information real quick on FDVA. So, I again, received my letter from the governor's office, and I don't think it is this. I already had the appointment. I already had this teleconference Zoom appointment set up with the doctor, the ENT specialist. 3 months ago, I believe 2 months, about 2 months ago, they sent me for a CAT scan. Okay, they finally sent me to the ENT, ear, nose, and throat specialist, and diagnosed me after I got the hearing aid. And that's what they was blowed about, because see, that's not really a procedure. You're really supposed to go and get your CAT scan and all of that, and then they recommend hearing aid surgery and all that. I came in with a hearing aid. I came into the room and had to take this damn thing out of my ear. You know what I'm saying? And he looked like, wow, yeah, you got it. Yeah, you already got a hearing aid, that part. So boom, they do the CAT scan, waiting on the results. Meanwhile, this CAT scan result wasn't part of this last denial, but they didn't look into the PEAK program at all. You know, my pain management program that I participated in, because none of that was mentioned in the denial letter. So he get on the phone, and I'm talking about, we talking, man. He say, doc say, and he trying to talk sad, like, you know, me, I listen people, I've been screwed up since I was a child. You know what I'm saying? I've had hearing issues since I was a child. The military knew that. I had pre-existing conditions. They had me sign umpteen waivers for everything from my load, falling arches to my jacked up hearing, and my slight case of scoliosis, shoulder drop, all this other kind of stuff. This is what they wrote down and documented I had in high school, which I didn't even know. In my junior year of high school, when the little punk behind Sergeant Baker brung his behind and recruited me, you know what I'm saying, told me all these lies and all that kind of stuff. But it is what it is. I'm still thankful for making it through and giving the service that I gave, and it is what it is. But he said, and he tried to like brace me and stuff, and I'm just happy because I'm waiting for the diagnosis. You know, that's all I need is this thing. I need this doctor to tell me it's service connected. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing else. You really could have cut to the whole damn chase. Doc, is the shit service connected. He say, you got a broken bone in your bakalaka liquor, whatever the hell he said, big scientific bone name for goddamn bone in your ear, and the shit is broke. He said, we can go in and try to put some fucking cement or some special paste to try to mend the bones back together and shit. And I'm like, doc, go ahead, because we're not doing no surgery. The surgery is not happening. But anyways, because I already knew when I went and picked up my hearing aid that the lady was saying, you know, when you go to the ENT, they're going to opt for surgery. So I'm like, cool, that's not a problem. 47 years old, though. Ain't no sense you operating on nothing that they couldn't fix when I was 11 and they couldn't fix when I was 16 or 14. They went in and botched it up twice. So if they couldn't do it then, I damn sure don't think I'm finna let the VA just go and play off in there and try to fix something that you already telling me you can only do some funny bone shit too. You know what I'm saying? I had the lady on the phone laughing when I called the United States Department of Veteran Affairs, because I was referring to that shit. I said, man, you don't remember? I said, because they got me feeling like the game where they had the little thing laying on the ground, and you know you had to go in it and couldn't touch the walls, and if you touch the walls, you shocked yourself. I say, well, I feel like the damn person laying down. You know what I'm saying? And every time these people keep messing with me, they keep just going in, but they keep touching the walls intentionally, and they shocking the hell out of me. I said, that's what I felt like this whole 16-year process of trying to, you know, deal with the VA, not fight the VA. It's no fight. You know what I'm saying? We already fought for the country. We should be fighting an institution that's supposed to be taking care of us and providing us with resources and benefits to take care of us as well as our families for the so-called great service that we did for the country. But yeah, so he said, yeah, you got a broken bone in your ear, you got nerve damage in both ears, not just one. He was like, nah, you got both damage in both ears. And I'm like, well, then I said, that's why when I put the hearing aid on, I feel bionic in this ear. Then this ear actually turns into this ear, because this ear without the hearing aid is providing all of the strength for this ear. So it's balancing everything out. So right now, everything is kind of balanced. So it's sounding like I can hear, but I really can't on this side. So then when I put the hearing aid in, now this goes up 100%. And this is down here like, whatever it was working at, the 20, 30% it was working at, but it is working because this ain't working at all. So now I put this on and it goes shooting up. Yeah, this is over here like, well, nigga, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need me because you got Mr. Bionic here over here. But then when I take Mr. Bionic ear out, he tries to come back and like, oh, now you need me now. Back then you didn't want me. Now you got your hearing aid, you all up on me. You know, that's how it was. So, and yeah, so he was like, nah. And I said, but is that from my childhood? He's like, no, it ain't from your childhood. I'm like, he said, you got cognitive nerve damage. Cognitive nerve damage is for most people from their childhood, because we go through stupid stuff. We stick stuff in our ears, Q-tips too deep into our ears, just objects we shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's where cognitive, and a lot of people walking around with cognitive nerve damage to their ears from that little situation. But he said that's not, no. He's saying the nerve hearing loss, and that's exactly what he described it as. The nerve hearing loss is in both ears, and it is caused by your military service. Pow, 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 pow. Service connection. Let's go, people. This is what you want. Gotta fight, people. You gotta dig through the mud. We was in basic training. Y'all gotta remember, we had our face in the mud, people. All right, we don't have to dig in. You had to, when you was low crawling, you had them bullets flying over. You had your face in the mud, face in the dirt. You had to be as low as you possibly can. Keep a low silhouette. But you had to persevere through it. And you had to fight. But I done talked to veterans, you know what I'm saying, that say they've been fighting this same game for 20 years, 25, 30. The ultimate was a personal friend of mine, and he said he'd been fighting for 50 years to try to get his 100%. And he got all kind of Agent Orange, Purple Hearts, sound like a Fruit Loop box. You know what I'm saying? Got everything. Got all the stuff. You can throw everything on. What you want. He did it all. And now they doing it all to him, because when he get out, he get no help, no service, no nothing. And he works for the VA, which is so sad that a lot of these veterans that told me this, all of the ones that said 20, 30, 50, they work inside the VA doing some type of liaison position, some type of team member. They work for the VA and can't get no justification, no real help, inside traders, Martha Stewart type stuff, you know what I'm saying, from the VA to help their own situation. But again, it takes shows like this right here on the Hidden Valor Show, real information, people. I don't do no flash and all of that. Sorry, I'm not into that. I can't do it. I can make it the pops, whistles. We can have the background spinning and glowing and all of that. That will negate the fact that we trying to give out real information. And that's what this show is all about. Going to the FDVA and looking for benefits, looking for resources that they are not giving you, people. and it is information at the VA when you go in there. But the information that they got is so hidden, and I had to tell a couple of people. I said it makes no sense for us to come into this VA with all these white walls, and none of these white walls got information that's boldly into our face, that's telling us the resources, benefits, to how we should be accessing them, and everything where we should be able to go and enjoy. Every single wall should have posters of information for us to sit up here and benefit if you truly care. Oh yeah, well, we need that. Yeah, excuse me, I almost dropped the MF bomb, because people sit up there and they take up good information in, but they do not reciprocate that information to the proper channels. And you probably know the person that could sit up there and put, the marketing person who could go and put all that stuff up. But ain't nobody's telling them to do that. Nobody's putting that ideal in their head. I put it out there. All in people that so-called said it was a good idea. But it is what it is. So where we at right now? I'm waiting till tomorrow, and then I'll be contacting DAV to file my secondary supplemental claims using form 200995, which is VA form 200995. That's the form that you need to use to file all your supplemental claims. And I'm telling you, people, when you file your supplemental claims, you got to have current information. You can't be sitting up there talking about, oh, this is just stuff I forgot, and I'm going to refile this 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old information. That is not what a supplemental claim is about. That is not effective. It ain't going to do nothing for you. All your supporting information, evidence, or whatever, records, notes, has to be within a 6-month window. That is what current diagnosis and current information that they're looking for and will accept when you're going through this claims process, or when you're going through just any kind of process right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to go through these claims in order for us, sadly, to get all exposed to all of the resources and the benefits. If I didn't go through the PEAK program, I would not known about vettix.org, the fact that you can go kayaking, you can go to national state parks, you can go and get your fishing license for free. All of this stuff is afforded to veterans for free. But they're hidden. They're tucked under programs and hidden behind. And I wouldn't have known about the VA food pantry program. You know what I'm saying? Which I've shared that for so many veterans, to just participate in the program regardless. That for me, it got me on a dietary program that I needed. Now I eat cabbage like I've never ate cabbage before. I eat roots and vegetables and all this other kind of stuff that I've never ate before, because I participated in the program. It was not because I was broke and didn't have no food. It's because I needed to mentally get back on track of how to properly take care of myself. And that's what the program does for you. And that's what it provides for you. It provides basic, doesn't give you no groceries like meats and none of that. It gives you spices, seasons and stuff to cook your food. It gives you the vegetables and stuff to complement your food. And then it gives you the fruits and stuff to balance, you know what I'm saying, to give you a balanced diet. That's what they provide. As well as kind of, little spaghettis and kind of dry box goods and stuff that's donated. But that's the majority of the substance that they give you. But that right there, most veterans are not on. And this book that they gave me, this cookbook, matter of fact, the book right here, Home Safety. They gave me a whole home safety guide, home food safety guide, which covers hand washing, how to avoid cross-contamination, cutting boards, food thermometers, temperature danger zone, large batch cooking, cooling foods, storing and reheating leftovers, food storage in the pantry, shelf stable foods, food storage in the refrigerator, food storage in the freezer, how to use a microwave, how to safely defrost thaw food or defrost or thaw food, packing safe lunches, cookouts, and your holiday turkey. All of that's in this one manual. You ain't gonna find it nowhere. Well, it's blocking right now because I have my little background up. But you can actually go, if you go to the VA here at the James Haley VA, go to the second floor, and that is what next to the auditorium. As soon as you go there, you'll say Food RX, which is food pantry, and then you can go right there to the left, and you can't sign up for the program, but you can go in there and get good information. He'll give you that whole home food safety guide, and you can take that home. A lot of people do not know how to cook because people are so used to fast food, going out and eating fast food, don't know how to cook, don't know how to thaw out their own meats and stuff long enough and properly, and then go and put it and start cooking, and then wondering why it's thawed on the outside, but it's frozen on the inside. So now your cooking time, you cooking for the thaw, but as you took it out, yeah, the outside is done, but the inside is still frozen because you didn't thaw your meat or whatever out properly. That book will cover that. How to use thermometers, you know what I'm saying? Because some people be cooking on the grill, and I'm sorry, people, blood is not supposed to be coming out the meat. If blood is coming out the meat, that means the meat is not done, it's not prepped. That is how you are subjecting yourself to E. coli and all other type of bacteria. I know y'all out there eat that stuff, and it is what it is. You eat the sushis and all of that, but you are subjecting yourselves to open bacteria, E. coli, all kind of, what is it, streptococcus. They're all kind of crap that grows off of untreated, uncleaned, unprepped, unthawed, all of that kind of stuff. If you do not take care of your food properly, you know, you can find yourself in a bad way. And you can find out good helpful tips right there at the food pantry. But again, I find all of this information out through the PEAK program, Pain Empowerment Achievement Kinetic. That's what it's supposed to be. It's kind of a weird name, but it's a good program. It was a good help. It got me into aftercare programs I didn't even know about. I went through the Tai Chi program, still have it available every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Through Zoom, as well as Qi Kong. I went through 2 months of the aqua therapy in the pool, which was a good help because I have a pool here. Don't even use the pool. But now I've used the pool, you know, like twice to go down and try to do my workouts and stuff. And it is very beneficial. It's just time consuming because once you get in the pool, you know what I'm saying? It's a pool. You know, who just want to get in and just get out? You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's hot, like it's been, you know. Yeah, you want to stay in that pool a little bit longer. Let me go ahead and get a little bit more exercise in. But yeah, and it was because of them, you know, I was able to find out those benefits, those resources, people, and those are free to us. You can go through aqua therapy, you can go and take Tai Chi, you can go and get massage therapy. I'm still working on how to find that though. I know they said that all that stuff is listed. I just haven't found out how to go and get it. Even if we can outsource it, find our own personal masseuse and just build the VA for it. If we can do that, it's on the popping because I got a homegirl I went to school with, and she got her own massage therapy. She licensed, bonded, and I would love to sit up there and give her some VA government money, you know what I'm saying, for taking care of brother on the massage tip. Yeah, she used some crazy stuff. She put hot little suction cups all on you. I haven't seen her little videos. She do some. It is what it is. If you can help this back, boy, and get some of this neck and issues and all that kind of stuff, and it's not, you can't fix us, people. We can't not be fixed. You know what I'm saying? We're not robots. Sorry. Once we're broke, we are broke. And the only thing that's going to happen is with age, we're going to deteriorate. We're going to continue to deteriorate. Bones are not going to heal in the ears. Backs and bones and backs ain't going to get no better. We can do as much exercise as we want to help strengthen them and try to maintain ourselves structurally wise. But at the end of the day, you know, yeah, if you don't do that, as long as much as we keep getting older, the more our bodies are going to be deteriorating. So that's why it is so imperative, especially as veterans, for us to be active. You know, not sitting around the house acting like, well, this is it. It's not it. You got a lot of things that's going on that you can be doing. There's a lot of activities out there that you can be participating in. And in a minute, I'm gonna have my own race car program. I already have the logo and stuff. This is the actual logo. So that's the actual logo. RC Warriors Racing for Recovery. That's my logo, you know, and I already got the program and everything written out. I just need to present it, you know, and get some backing for it and present it and get some people signed up so we can. That's another resource, people. All right, our whole thing as veterans is supposed to be to enjoy ourselves for the service that we've given. It's not to be jumping through hoops. It's not to be a can that's get kicked down the road. It's not to be, you know, abused by crazy talking people when you go into these exams. It's not to get attitudes from people who act like you don't deserve to receive the benefits that you're trying to sit up here and get. And I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Through this 16 years, I mean, I've dealt with people who felt more entitled than me and haven't lifted one thing in lieu of service for this country. Like a lot of us have, you know. I mean, my daughter, you know, people go through trauma, okay? And even those that go through trauma come out and can't find the help from the VA. That's very sad. All right. And we're talking state to state. I'm here in Florida. And a lot of people talking about they come here to Florida, all the way from Puerto Rico and other states, because they claim our VA system is better than theirs, which is, I'm like, wow, that's crazy, because our VA system is almost a borderline a hot mess. It's getting a lot better. Because where it came from when I first started my 16-year journey, Jesus, I'm talking about just hot mess. And but thankful with technology and AI and everything, is helping streamline everything, reducing backlogs and all that kind of good stuff. Veterans are now being able to receive some real genuine help. All right, so let's get over here to the FDVA and see what the Florida Department of Veteran Affairs offers us real quick. All right, and you are in tune to the Hidden Valor Show right here live on YouTube. Each and every Thursday it goes down. Make sure you hit the notification, subscribe bell button, leave a comment, and help another vet, you know, get some information that they might not have known. I got some other veterans I've been talking to too. I want to invite them on the show. It's just, I mean, you know, it's coming, people. A lot of things in the backdrop going on, but we're gonna make it happen because it needs to happen. It's supposed to happen. Therefore, it shall be. All right, so on here, what they're looking for. If you're looking, we're looking for you. CNNs, LPNs, healthcare professionals, they're looking for you. All right, honoring those who served. All right, Florida Governance Challenge, preventing suicide among service members. Yeah, because 22 service members commit suicide every day. That's why I do 22 push-ups at the end of my workout routine. That was put together by the Peak program. I have a full 16-minute workout program that I do every single day that I possibly can remember to do it, or not rush out the house. You know what I'm saying? Not do it, but yeah, and it's structured for me to keep me just fit. You know, not to put me on a weight bench or nothing like that, and not to cause any kind of muscle strain, but the movements are fluid enough that I can be mobile. I can put my little 3-pound weights and add a little something if I wanted to. And but they put me they gave me programs, Med Bridge Go. They gave me a mindfulness program for like peace of mind. So when I go on walks and stuff, I can just listen to this program, and it instructs me on how to just be vigilant in nature, how to be vigilant in myself, how to be vigilant in sounds, how to be vigilant when you're eating, how to be vigilant in life. And I got all that through the Peak program. I mean, I can't talk about this program high enough. All right. And I told a guy in straight up, like, you know, the program saved my life because after my mother had passed in last September, 2024, September 30th, 2024, my mother passed, and I had to get through the storms by myself. You know, she made it through Milton, and then we had the next one, next storm hit, and that was just, I almost did some things. I almost was part of the 22. And but I got referred to the program, to the peak program, and by the grace of God, and I got into the peak program, and it saved my life. So, you know, they got me back on track mentally to a certain point. They you know, they started the ball rolling of getting attention paid to what was really going on. And again, the food pantry program was just instrumental in bringing my whole health back. I had stopped eating and everything. You know, I just didn't want to eat. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I ain't gonna go down that road, but it is what it is. So, all right. So here we go. What else we got? Leadership. Here's the leadership telling you everything about what's going on the site. Y'all can read that for yourself. Giving a shout out to our veterans. Fast facts, returning veterans, Vietnam. This is all for y'all. Women veterans, Korean veterans, homeless veterans, Florida's veteran service organizations, which is what I'm going to be in a minute. Florida Medal of Honor recipients, Florida Veterans Hall of Fame, Gold Star families. So all of these are different links that you can use to, you know, better yourself. So here we go. Let's go for our returning vets. So we got a lot of returning vets. More than 219,000 returning vets from Afghanistan and Iraq claim the Sunshine State as their home of record. So yeah, a lot of us get back and go to college and get into school and start looking for jobs and all that kind of stuff, and which is kind of weird because you done gave your life for this country. And I'm talking about, I don't feel that veterans should have to work. That's just my personal opinion. I know we need to get out and find something to do, but I think we should all have our own businesses and everything else and have people working for us. Because just everything that a veteran deals with is on a whole different level than what a civilian overstands. The way that we operate, the way that our loyalty is to ourselves, as which is duty to the country. So duty to the country is duty to the company. And everything that just encompasses that, our the way we show up on work, you know what I'm saying? Like structurally. It's a whole just different dynamic when you deal with a veteran. And I've always found myself like not being able to conform when it comes to working for companies. Not really, because my experience has just been way above and beyond the call of duty for the job. I'm overqualified. So sitting on the job bores me, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because all the skills that we were taught in the military, when you get out, you start finding all these skills out. Like, damn, I didn't know I had a skill set. You got a whole skill set, you know what I'm saying? And then we start figuring all that stuff out. It's just like, yeah, well, I think I need to apply these skills to myself and do it for myself and start going down that road. Plus, when you start this claims process, man, please, you can't have a job, people. I couldn't have no real job in the last 16 years fighting with these people. The peak program alone, I was going to class 3 times a week. And that was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I took up my whole schedule, and we talking about 3 hours a day. Who can hold down a job? You know what I'm saying? With that type of schedule, you can't just take off. You know, all them 3 days, talking about 3 hours at a time, man, please. So it's also kind of set up for specifically retired veterans. I mean, as in you already receiving some type of pension, some type of Social Security, some type of help. And so when you get into these programs, you know, yeah, you don't really need them, but you know they need you because they need bodies. All right. And then when you get in there, it just supports, it gives you current diagnoses of all the stuff that you've already just been dealing with, you know what I'm saying, and fighting when they only been giving you 20, 30%. Once you're supposed to go through the peak program, it's supposed to at least boost up your percentage to 50% because it gives you current diagnoses of all of your ailments and injuries. And that's what's the most important part. Current diagnoses within 6 months. All right. That's what you're talking about. All right, but you can go here and look up all kind of good information. Employee, Florida vets, vet centers, employment programs, veterans opportunity to work to which is VOW, Veterans Opportunity to Work to Hire Heroes Act. You also got Voc Rehab, Florida Governor Challenge. That was for the mental health thing. And then we got websites for airborne hazards and open pit registry. This is for a lot of y'all that served over in Iraq, you know what I'm saying? And they started burning all the oil and all that shit. All that stuff. When Saddam, went over there trying to steal oil, he went burned all the oil up. At least he tried to burn the oil up. You know, people, come on, people. How you gonna burn something that came out the ground? Like, that's so stupid. Like, comes out the ground, it's just decayed bones and everything else. You can't destroy death, you know what I'm saying? It's already dead. You gonna sit up there and burn it like that did something. But the toxic fumes and everything that came off of those clouds of black smoke, screwed up a whole lot of vets, you know what I'm saying, respiratory issues and all that. So yeah. And this is the crazy part, people. I already looked up an article that said there's over $6 billion that's been withheld. I don't know what you want to call it. Unprocessed, withheld, not distributed, whatever big college name you want to try to put to it. But the money is being held up. $6 billion is being held up in disability claim money. You can look this up, Google it, you could ChatGPT, Grok, whatever you want to do. Look the fact up and tell me I am wrong. The fact of the matter is $6 billion is sitting in an escrow somewhere not being dished out. And the fact that I'm finna read this information is crazy. There are 1,430,000 veterans in the state of Florida. 1,265 males, 168,000 females. Florida has the third largest veteran population in the nation behind California with 1,487,000 and Texas with 1,530,000. Okay, now I'm going to stop right there because it doesn't matter about the breakdown. I don't care about the breakdown at this point. My point is that is 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, say 5 million total. Just say 5 million. All right. 5 million veterans here in Florida. Let's say this combined Florida, California, Texas, 5 million veterans, right? We got 52 states now. So it's veterans in every state. But with these being the largest at millions, that means everybody else is under, a million veterans in their state. All right. So you can chalk that up to say, even just putting it at, let's just all the way across the board, let's put it at $52 million. It don't even matter. All right, let's put it $52 million. $1 million representing each state. All right, that's 52 million veterans that could be paid $1 million a piece. There's $6 billion being withheld in unclaimed disability money. $6 billion. There's only 5 million. Well, 52 million. Excuse me. Let me just up it. 50. I can even say 100 million. It wouldn't matter because if you gave every 100 million veterans $1 million, it still wouldn't touch the bucket of the $6 billion that the VA is withholding in unpaid out, unprocessed, undistributed, whatever you want to put on it. It's unbelievable that amount of money is out there and we're not able to access it. We you know what I'm saying, and we're not being afforded it. But anyways, true facts. Go out and look it up, and then you can sit up here and look at these fast facts and then compare what I just said. And matter of fact, because if you don't think it. How much is currently being withheld in VA disability due to veterans? Let's see what the number is. No, that ain't what I'm talking about. No, I can't answer now that I'm on the phone. Shouts out DJ Liddy out there, though. Man, where did I find that information? There we go. Yes. All right. See, I'm talking about people. I do not sit up here and play about the information that I say. That's my question. Is the $6 billion being withheld in VA compensation? Yes. Yes. There are significant concerns regarding VA compensation. The VA has projected shortfall of $6.6 billion for 2025, indicating that a $6 billion is being withheld. Additionally, there are discussions about the $15 billion shortfall that could affect essential services, including disability compensation. And this suggests that there are substantial financial issues within the VA's compensation system. And that source is military.com. People, listen. Look at the numbers that I just said. Even if it was 100 million veterans, which is not, even if it was 100 million veterans, they got enough to sit up there and give us, hell, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. Shit, you got 6 billion sitting around being withheld and allowing veterans to just sit up here and perish. There's a brother walking around the neighborhood right now. You know what I'm saying? A brother came up to me, begged me for $1. And I forgot my wallet at the house. I would have gave it to him. I give out the dollars all day. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? You're not gonna take this money with you, people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be walking around with your nose up in the air. I'm not giving him $1. And then you're gonna spend it on stupid stuff, But so stop being so judgmental. Just give freely. If you don't have to give, then shut up and don't give. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? It's not an obligation to be kind, but it feels good. You know what I'm saying? When you are. This is just crazy though. So military, you can go to military.com and look that information up. You want to read the whole article for yourself on it. But I already knew about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I knew to go to it. And I knew how to kick out these facts when I tell people this, because I already know this information. So I know that what's been due to me, you know what I'm saying, is crazy. VA retro pay amount withheld. Now you can go on here. Okay, let's take another little gander over here. The amount withheld from VA. The VA will hold retroactive pay until it is verified and that there are no outstanding debts owed. Withhold is typically the difference between the compensation and the retired pay, and the VA will pay the difference once the veterans who are retired military may have their retroactive benefits withheld until an audit. Veterans waived. All right, well, that ain't nothing from nothing. E leaves nothing. All right, so we get back over here. Let's click on benefits and services, and see what they got going on for us. So you got your healthcare links, mental health care, substance abuse links, claims. If you need some claims information, I'll be clicking on that later. Education, employment, veterans preference, state approving agency, housing, burial benefits. If you're looking for forms, veteran certified businesses, also lawyers assisting warriors, GI law. You probably need that. I need that. I need this personally. You know what I'm saying? The governor's GI law. Service members in need of legal assistance beyond their normal chain of command assistance are covered in most cases thanks to the governor's GI law. But okay, so this is only, let's see, in civil cases to help reduce the burden that some veterans and service members may face. Oh, really? So the GI law legal request form must be submitted through the appropriate or civilian military attorney's office. Request forms are not accepted directly from service members. The GI Law program offers active duty Florida-based U.S. military service members access to pro bono, free of charge legal services in civil cases. Focused on military ranks up to E7. Does not provide access to legal services for criminal, family law, or UCMJ cases. The program acts as a clearinghouse only, does not assign cases to firms or attorneys, does not provide legal services itself. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, yeah. That's something you can look into. Got a lot of again, people just showing you this link because it's probably something you might not have known. FloridaVets.org. And here this is the whole benefits and services of everything that we, you know what I'm saying? It's not hidden, people. It's just a lot of people don't have this technological sense that I have to be able to click through all these links. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not up to speed on accessing all these different links, and you know what I'm saying, the two-factor verification, ID me, and all that kind of stuff, putting your biometric data, the fingerprint scans, retina scans. It's a lot. Voice command scans. I mean, the cloning process has already begun, people. And I already told people that, you know what I'm saying? The cloning process is digital. They don't want human beings, you know what I'm saying, walking around. Why would they want to clone you when they can't even control you? Your clone is just going to be another replica of you. They ain't going to be able to control that. You know what I'm saying? It'll start forming its own thoughts and all that kind of stuff too. So the easiest thing is what we can control is the digital version of you, or we can manipulate the digital version of you, or we can recreate the digital version of you. I'm just saying, people, that's what this future and everything else is guided to, and that's where it's headed to take your you know, when they're up in space or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, you're going to be communicating with just, you know, just a recording of a simulation of, but not the actual person, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, So you can go on here and again, healthcare needs, mental health, and all that kind of good stuff. We got location tab. And this is where you can go find FDVA offices, state veterans homes, state veteran service officers sites, county veteran service officers, state of Florida veterans memorials. So you find all that information there. Scroll down, you get all that good information. We also have some updated news, which is about the Florida legislative update, public notices, calendar of events, forward March letters, newsletters. Robert Bob Astalos, director of the Agency for Persons with Disabilities. So that's including his leadership at the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs. Okay. And then you have the Florida Honors Purple Heart recipients. Florida Veterans Foundation continues statewide veterans dental program. So the continuation of its veterans dental program in 2026. If y'all didn't know about that, the crucial initiative expands access to vital dental care services for eligible veterans across the state. And under this program, the Florida Veterans Foundation, FVF, will continue to manage a comprehensive network of selected 501c3 organizations to deliver a range of dental services to qualified veterans. The program emphasizes the importance of oral health and seeks to address the gap in dental care services for veterans not fully covered by the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. So we're honored to continue this initiative. Blah, blah, blah. You can click on this link. Let's see where the link takes us. All right, so this says public announcement. All right, Florida Veterans Foundation continues. So what does this mean? Okay. Program is open to Florida residents who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces and meet specific criteria, including income level and service status, must have issued DD 214, NGB 22 or certificate of discharge. Eligible veterans must reside in Florida, must be at 300% poverty level or below as defined by the federal government at the time of the application, must be less than 100% service connected disabled. Because again, people, if you are 100%, you do not need dental services because you're getting all of that free. All of that is included once you're 100%. I mean, you're 100%, they give you every single thing. They give you access to everything. That's why veterans fight so hard to get 100% and not just sit at the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. All right. So if you're in it to win it, you might as well go for the gusto, and that's the 100%. And that's when you get free dental, free medic, everything. Get open access to everything. Statewide dental work. The FVF will continue partnering, to ensure services are accessed. Services include routine exams, cleanings, fillings, and other necessary dental procedures. They work closely with veteran service organizations to promote the program and educate veterans about their ability, which I never heard of it, but y'all hearing it right here because that's what this show is about. Hidden Valor. Exposing the resources and benefits due to all veterans. Whether you're serving or have served, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Because after you get out, you need to know about these benefits, man, because they're not going to tell you about it. And if you're out, then you need to know about these benefits because they're not telling us about it. Okay, so if you're interested in participating in the program, you can learn more and apply at helpflvets.org/dental program. Organizations applying to be a grantee will be required to submit their application to the Florida Veterans Foundation according to online instructions, demonstrate that they facilitate dental care services in accordance with the rules within the statement of work. Utilizing awards, tracking dental services. All right, so okay, well let's check them out. All right, so here you go, people. Go to help, HELP, FL Vets, as in Florida, FLVets, VETS.org / dental program. That means the little symbol going backwards slash on your keyboard is right above. It's the same button as the question mark. So there you go. This is basically just looking out. This is what they'll provide, granting funding. And then this is for the organizations to apply for the grants. And the form is closed right now and they're not taking. Okay, so that's it. That's just the eligibility though. So, but how do you apply? It's now accepting grant applications to support the offer vital. To fill out the form below, to contact the listed evaluated submitted for the Veterans Dental Program. Okay, but how do you sign up for the program itself? I'm talking about. See, it's very vague, people. Then you got to keep going down this rabbit hole. But you know what we can do? Chat GPT. Get a little bit more in depth. How about that? Let's chat GPT and see what they. Let's see what we get, people. Not even gonna ask it. We're going, well, yeah. Let's see, just how to apply. Successfully apply. All right, you got to make sure y'all put successfully. Sometimes it might give you a little throw it off. All right, so the Florida Veterans Foundation, which is funded by $1 million legislative appropriation aimed at expanding access, and especially for those who don't qualify for VA dental benefits. All right, here we go. Blah blah blah. And typically not have dental issues directly tied to service-connected injuries. Veterans can find local participating nonprofits or providers through FVF's Interactive Dental Service Locator. Didn't see that on helpvets.org. Where was that at? Did y'all see that? Okay. If you're a 501c3, saying, yeah, no, don't care about that. Use the dental service locator. Right. Where is that at? If you like help navigating the locator, yes. I want to know where that's at. All right, people, and we want to know everything. All right, so here we go. You visit the official step. You click on the dental program section and use the. I know that. I'm on that. Well, where is it? We're here, help vets on the dental program. And no way up what this says. Okay. See, this says, and you can't apply because the apply button is grayed out. So right here, when you try to click apply, and it tells you already that the form is closed. So that, all right. So I'm at a loss on how to apply, but I guess if you go inside the VA, they can guide you more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just contact the healthcare provider. You know what I'm saying? Contact your service provider and your primary care, and they'll give you the information that you need. Yeah. So, real quick, let's. No, view stream, y'all. Where we at? Okay, so you can got to contact us, donate button, and all that kind of good stuff. Again, that's this is Florida Veterans Foundation. That's part of the dental program. And we're gonna go back over here. And again, you got resources, which is what this show is all about. Again, man, listen. Crisis Hotline, National VA Homeless Hotline, Veterans Crisis Line, local VA Suicide Prevention Coordinators. I have personally people, I've had to reach out to the Veterans Crisis Line. All right, things got I got into some dark spaces, and I had to reach out, and the Lord told me to reach out. You know what I'm saying? I asked the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He gave me some insight on what I needed to do, and that's what I did. And it was just a balanced conversation. But then it's a self-reflection time to people that, when things get hard in your life, seek help. Don't sit up there and just try to go in on alone, because sometimes you find yourself your back so pressed up against the wall that you just can't find your way out of it. And that's the beauty of having people on this planet, other people on this planet, and that's the beauty of having like-minded people that want to help, like me. You know what I'm saying? I want to help, and I found somebody over on the line that was willing to share the conversation that I needed. And then it started getting me into thinking about all these other programs and all that kind of stuff. So it's a method to the madness. It's a silver cloud, silver line in every cloud. Just got to keep your head to the sky, people. Stay focused. But again, if you have problems being homeless, here's the toll-free number for homelessness, VA.gov/homeless. Or you can give them a call at 1-877-424-3838, 24-hour hotline. You have the Veterans Crisis Line, which is veterancrisisline.net. You got the local VA Suicide Prevention Coordinators. If you know somebody that's talking crazy, man, don't ignore that. Oh man, he always been talking. Because he always been trying to reach out, and everybody just been ignoring him. He's not talking crazy. He's asking for help. She's asking for help. They are reaching out, trying to get assistance, and they just don't know how as a dysfunctional veteran. That's what we are as we come back. And we need help, returning to a proper function. That's all it is. We built differently. We trained differently. We are focused on a whole different task and mission agenda that most people aren't even focused on or don't live their lives in that type of atmosphere, that type of mindset. And that's what most veterans, that's what we go with. You know what I'm saying? Every day we wake up for a mission. It's a mission at hand. And what is today's mission? And what are the steps and protocols that we have to follow in order to get this mission accomplished? But again, our mindset is in a militaristic mindset. And a lot of things that we do, especially me, I go out and I calculate. I sit back and I observe. And I am plotting, you know what I'm saying, my next moves before I make them. I'm calculating my moves before I make them. And then I go out and I execute. And that's how veterans are walking around. That's why you need to be careful about who you mess with, because just because we sitting up there and we quiet and we're not saying nothing, we don't give you the immediate reaction that you think that most civilians would give you. No, our actions are more contemplative and can lead to a lot more destruction than you possibly want to even deal with. So it's best just leave us alone and thank us for our service and keep it moving. That's pretty much bottom line on that. Change direction. You have the Change Direction Given Hour campaign. Know the 5 signs. You can go to givenhour.org/military. You also have the Florida Veteran Support Line, which can be reached at 1-844-MY-FL-VET, which is MyFL-VET is 693-5838, or just press 211 from your phone, and it should connect you with the Florida Veteran Support Line. You also have Hope for Healing. Hope for Healing can be reached. Hope for Healing Florida is Hope for Healing, hopeforhealingfl.com. And you have the Recovery Village, which is the recoveryvillage.com/treatment program /online counseling /tele app. And I'm pretty sure if you just go to the recoveryvillage.com, you can go to all of those links. That's what you want to look up: treatment program, online counseling, telehealth app, and then they'll help you out. You also have a VA caregiver support line, 1-855-260-3274, caregiver.va.gov, and also Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, TAPS. TAPS.org. And Survivor Line can be reached at 1-800-959-TAPS, which is 8277. 1-800-959-8277. They have the new VA online discharge upgrade tool. So if you want to go there to help desire to upgrade or change the conditions of your military discharge, you can go and do that. You have the Florida Association of Veteran-Owned Businesses, FAVOB. So you can go to favob.org. You have Employ Florida Vets, which is veteran.employflorida.com. Florida State Veterans Home Recruitment, floridavets.org, /we're looking for you, or /WP content, which that's a whole bunch of stuff. They shouldn't even listed that link. And should have just told you to go to Florida Veterans Homes Recruitment on floridavets.org. There you go. You also had a Florida Veterans Business Assistant. So that's Florida SBDC.org or FPTAC.org. You also had a Service Disabled Veteran-owned small businesses. You also have Salute Our Soldiers Military Loan Program, FloridaHousing.org. Veterans Retraining Assistance Program, VA benefits.va.gov, and then look on the education link, and that's VRAP. And I participated in VRAP, got my my marketing degree, master cum laude in marketing from Strayer University, and that was all because of the VRAP program. Paid for the whole program. Excellent program. Thank you for the degree. Then you have VAL, to Hire Heroes Act 2011, benefits.va.gov /VAL. And then you also have Veterans Florida Career Services, which is veteransflorida.org /career. So if y'all out there trying to get a job, these are all the links for VA benefits, Florida benefits, Florida Veterans Benefits Guide, which is on floridavets.org /resources. And you can find the benefits guide. Looking for benefits on your GI Bill. I personally didn't know it ran out after 10 years. You only have 10 years to use your GI Bill. Most people don't know it does expire. So please, people, you only got 10 years, or you're gonna have to use supplementary and secondary programs like VRAP, Voc Rehab, and all those other kind of places. You know what I'm saying? Which they set up secondary programs specifically for that, for people who didn't get to take advantage of the GI Bill. And they know they didn't tell people that you got 10 years to sit up there and use it, because people would have ran out and heard and tried to burn it up. And if I would have known that, I would have tried to burn it up. But it is what it is, because I've used other programs to pay for my education, and there's other programs out there that will help pay for your education. Just go out there and look it up. Yeah, the Florida Federal Benefits for Veterans and Dependents Guide. That's news.va.gov. And just look that up, Florida Benefits for Veterans and Dependents Guide. VA claims information. Of course, you can go to va.gov or ebenefits.va.gov. You have the Advantage Florida Military Benefits Guide, which is on enterpriseflorida.com. And then just look for Advantage Florida Military Benefits Guide. You also have the VA website for airborne hazards and open pit registry. Again, that's on publichealth.va.gov va.gov and look up specifically airborne hazards and open burn pit registry. And if you look up open burn pit registry, open burn pit is going to bring you to all kind of information anyways. Social Security benefits for veterans, ssa.gov/people/veterans. The VA Mission Act can be read on floridavets.org. The Florida Hometown Heroes Housing Program. Not sure what that is, but there you go. I remember the Hometown Heroes when we came back and tried to be a recruiting. You know, they sent us back 2 weeks to be the hometown hero and recruit people to get into the military. Sent us back all pressed up and all of that, looking like we wasn't abused. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Yeah, trick some more of your friends. I mean, recruit some more of your friends. You're right. Florida Hometown Heroes Housing Program. You can go to floridahousing.org/hometown heroes. You also have Florida Commerce Spousal License Reciprocity Matrix to support military spouses. And you have to click that little link to go to that long behind name because, wow. Okay, so now we got some veterans resources. You got the VA Video Connect, which is that's what you use to get in contact. And if you sign up to va.gov, all this is included on va.gov, and they set you up with all the VA Video Connects to talk to your primary. That's how I just talked to the ENT specialist and got my diagnosis, and that was through VA Video Connect. So that's how everybody's doing it. You're not going down to the VA. You're not going to most places anymore. Most places, unless it requires a physical, a physical meeting, it's done by Video Connect. You also have the VA, again, online discharge upgrade tool, vets.gov. You have the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Military and Veterans Assistance Program, MVAP, which is at myfloridalegal.com/MVAP. Florida Veterans Legal Helpline, which is at BALS, BALS, however you want to call it, BALS, BALS.org/Veterans Legal Helpline. Can be reached at 866-486-6161. And just look up the Florida Veterans Legal Helpline. You also have Financial Frontlines Program. Not sure what that is. MyFloridaCFO.com. Let's see what that is real quick. Florida, welcome. Okay. Financial Frontline. So the interactive finance record resources, financial planning for every. Okay, so this blah 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 provides valuable financial information about identity theft, credit scoring, budgeting, predatory lending, military financial protections, and more. Okay, not interested in that. But if y'all are interested in that, there you go. You got small business program, myfloridacfo.com/YMM, or just look up small business program. This is important too. Locate your military records, people. You need to look. I got my records, and I'm telling you, through these 16 years, it is super imperative for you to know what the government, what the VA has on your life and what they have. You know what I'm saying? Because when the 16 years I've been going through this process, I done got a lot of denials because they talking about they didn't have my records on file. I got the physical dental records. I have the physical green folder with my medical records. I have them. Why y'all don't have them? I had to go physically into the VA and make sure I waited so they can take copies, you know what I'm saying? Scan copies and give me my information back and then put it on file digitally. But again, people, you will get the kick the can down the road or the run around to sit up there and try to say, oh, well, we don't have your records. You don't have any records on file for you. If go to archives.gov/veterans, locate your military records so you can see what exactly the military has on file for you, and you can add all of your supplemental information that's missing. My letter to the governor, automatically right there at the bottom, it says CC, Florida Department of Veterans Affairs, Tallahassee, Florida. This is automatically supposed to go into my records. It should automatically be going into my military records to show the steps that I have taken in this claims process. All right. So that's the importance of that. Military records, so you can always go back to va.gov. You can look up all your records, like digitally, to see what they have. But then that might not be everything. That's only what they showing. So if you go to archives.org and locate your military records, then you can see every single thing that they have on you. You got the National Resource Directory, nrd.gov. Never heard of it, but let's check it out. Yeah. The NRD connects service members, veterans, family members, and caregivers to vetted resources that support their recovery, rehab, and reintegration or transition. You go here, type in your specific city, state, and everything, and then it will direct you to I guess resources in the area. What would we be searching though? I don't know what are you searching. Let's see. Resources they offer are benefits and compensation, education and training, employment, family and caregiver support, health, homeless assistance, housing, military adaptive sports programs. And people, this right here, military adaptive sports program. This is my program. This is what Racing for Recovery, the RC Warriors program is all about. And this is where I want to have my program highlighted. So you can go here to military adaptive sports and you will be able to click on these and then you will be able to find me. You got all of these resources: DOD Military Adaptive Sports Program, the American Association of Adaptive Programs, the Move United, the Paralympic Military Program, Adaptive Adventures. This is where they take you out and you can go on hiking adventures and all that kind of stuff. It's called Adaptive Adventures. They got National Veterans Wheelchair Games, the United States Association of Blind Athletes. So let me just real quick. This is for Adaptive Adventures. And this is what they do. So they provide injured veterans and active duty military the opportunity to return to the level of fitness and activity they had prior to being wounded. Adaptive Adventure collaborates with VA medical centers, hospitals, everybody to impact the VA and their families through the country. This is what they offer: events, programs, whitewater rafting, alpine skiing, adaptive cycling, kayaking, paddleboarding, rock climbing. And what you would have to do is click on it and then figure out, the locations of where it's at. And then that's how you can go. So let's go for kayaking. We're going to leave. All right. So we're over here at Adaptive Adventures, adaptiveadventures.org. Okay. Adaptive kayaking and paddleboarding SUP programs, SUP programs. All right. So how you go out, register. Everything's completely free. All right. And it's for participants as well as for their family, friends, or caretakers who join them. So you can bring your friends and all of these people and go kayaking and paddleboarding. They give you all the equipment. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go out kayaking and do some good stuff. Physical, connect with nature, unleash your sense of adventure. You go across tranquil lakes, explore meandering streams, paddle down exhilarating whitewater rivers. You can do all of that in the afternoon getaway with a full day of fun with your family and friends. Register now and join us. So, what are we looking for? First of all, we want to join us. Let's click join us. All right. Register on the website, the volunteer orientation. The person click the calendar. Start registering. Okay, this is for volunteer. If you want to volunteer, participate in the programs, you have to register to participate. Here we go. Okay, I don't even have an account, but all right. Well, let's just do this real quick. I will sign up for an account real quick. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's a lot of information you got to put in. Jeez. All right, but you can go to adaptive adventures, and this is all the programs that they offer, and you can participate: skiing, snowboarding, kayaking, rock climbing, cycling, dragon boat racing, whitewater rafting, water skiing, and wakeboarding. All right, so you can go and participate in all of this for free, people. All of this for free. They will, once you sign up and register, that's when they'll tell you all the locations. And the military has a way to provide you transportation to even get to these places. If you tell them that you don't have the transportation, they will arrange a nonprofit organization to even get you transportation to these organizations. All right, and there we go. In a nutshell, man, that's been a lot of good information we done covered. And people, that's all I can say right here live on the Hidden Valor Show, man. I like to take time out always. Thank you, God, for allowing me to be on this show and be dedicated to something that's bigger than me, something greater than me. And I know this. This is why you're getting this unfiltered, uncut, just straight up information without the flash, without the pops, whistles, and all of that, because I personally feel it just takes away, it just distracts, and it's already enough distractions out there that we don't need to engage in. All right, so check back next week, next Monday, next Thursday, and we'll be live on the show, and I got some more benefits and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll be talking about some more disability benefits, resources, and all that. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. Once again, this is the Hidden Valor Show. I am Captain Colonel Roundtree, a.k.a. AI smelling and all that in the atmosphere. Shouts out to 03 Sergeant Stoutamaire. Ain't been on the show, but he will be back next week, and we'll have some more benefits for y'all. Tell everyone how you doing.